So dear students, I am Professor Mathew, and today we are going to learn a new topic, that is the English Renaissance or the Elizabethan age. When we study about Renaissance or Elizabethan age, it marks a major period in English literature. This period is known as the Golden Age in English literature. Actually, we are going to study two plays that's in our syllabus. One is Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe, and the second one is The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. So in order to understand a text, it is necessary to understand the context. It is well said that it is necessary to understand the context for understanding a text, because every text speaks from a context. So let's try to understand what is this Elizabethan age or Renaissance in England. Not only in England, Renaissance is a feature that happened all over Europe, later even in India. So let's see what is Renaissance. Yes, the word Renaissance is coming from a French word, and the meaning of Renaissance is rebirth. Rebirth means everything is new, all has gone, all has passed away, now everything is new. And that newness is reflected in writing, style, text, even the characters, even the interior life of the characters is being reflected by this newness. So Renaissance actually began in Italy. Later it spread to other countries, Germany, France, and finally it reached England. The reason behind, the period just before the Elizabethan age, it was the medieval age, right? And in medieval age, medieval age is considered as dark ages, because no much importance was given to knowledge and exploration. There was a kind of feudalism, and superstitious belief loomed most of the parts. So people were not given much importance. What is traditionally going on, the things were considered as superior, but the things began to change when during the time of Renaissance. It began in Italy. The reason is that if you geographically check from Asia to Europe, the major country that is coming first, that is Italy. There was a trade center. There is a trade center. It was most important in those days. When people travel from Asia to Europe, they had to pass through that main city. Even the Silk Route, the so-called Silk Route we studied in history, it passed through Constantinople. This Constantinople, it had a former name, Byzantium. At present it is called Istanbul. This Constantinople was captured by Ottoman Empire, a newly emerged empire from Arab and Central Asia. They captured Constantinople, and they are mainly Islamic powers. So you know that Constantinople mainly it was inhabited by Christian community. The population was mainly Christians. This is also called the eastern capital of Roman Empire. When the city was captured, many scholars, missionaries, they ran away from Constantinople to Italy along with their scripts. And this script was hidden for many years, even for centuries. But when it reached Italy, people began to study, they began to know about the knowledge system in ancient world, classical period, Greco-Roman period, and that brought a revival in Italy. That is called Renaissance. You might have heard so many people, I cannot name all of them. You might have heard about Pablo Picasso, you might have heard about Leonardo da Vinci, you might have heard about Michelangelo, You might have seen the famous painting Mona Lisa. All those things happened during this Italian Renaissance. And this is mainly seen in Italy in the form of architecture, painting, and other sculpture and other things. But slowly this spirit went to other part of Europe. Finally it reached England. But in England, mainly you see this revival, this Renaissance, mainly you see in literature. Writers like Shakespeare, Ben Jonson, and we study about Christopher Marlowe, university wits. Many people began to write, and it was the beginning of a new age. This is considered as the beginning of modern period in England, in Europe. Okay, so let's move. Here you see that England's Renaissance is often called early modern period. It's full Europe, okay, not only in England. And here they mainly focused on writings, okay, in England. And I told you in Italy it was about architecture, art, music. Music we can find in both the places. Now what are the major changes that took place in this period? A lot of changes occurred in this period. Changes in religion, especially in Christianity. It was Roman Catholic spirit till this modernity, till Renaissance. But there was a great divide in the church, Roman Catholic and Protestant. So okay, people began to translate Bible, they began to question the existing and traditional kind of knowledge, beliefs. Okay, so many changes happened in religion, and that religion also affected the politics. Okay, when you look into England, there was many confusions after King Henry, and now a turmoil. You might have heard about the history of Bloody Mary and all those incidents, king marrying and divorce of the king. Okay, that we will discuss later. And finally, okay, there's massacre. There was assassination of the royal family, and finally Queen Elizabeth, first she became the queen, and there was a political stability, there was a kind of peace and harmony in the society, and that also enriched the writings. Now another thing we see, navigation and geographical exploration. It was a time of geographical exploration. People began to discover new lands. Yes, America, Christopher Columbus, then Vasco da Gama came to India, Marco Polo went to China. After Christopher Columbus, people understood that it's a new land, and one person went and further discovered, explored these islands. His name is Amerigo Vespucci, and from his name, that name also derived of these countries and continent, America. Okay, so it was the time of navigation. Thomas Cook, okay, went further, Australia, New Zealand. Okay, all these, later Antarctica was discovered later. Then science and medicine. Okay, it was again a time of the growth in science and technology. Okay, literature, already I have told you, like famous writers in this period. Language, earlier English language was in its period of infancy. By the modern period, English also became a language like French and German. People began to consider it as an authentic language like other languages. Okay, so these are the major changes that we find in Elizabethan age or Renaissance period, and this is in detail Protestant Reformation that we will discuss in the next class. Okay, humanism. Earlier importance was given to religion, God and godly things. Now the things began to change. Human being became the center, anthropocentric. Earlier it was theocentric. Now there is a shift from theocentrism to anthropocentric. Okay, so we will discuss that in detail in the coming class. Thank you.